Hello chess friends and welcome to the channel. Chess Olympiads in Georgia have just finished and the next tournament that I will review is the European Club Cup, where also Magnus Carlsen will play. The tournament will start on October the 12th, so in the meanwhile I have other interesting games from the Olympiads that I'd like to show you. Today's game is from India versus Canada that was played in round 3. Eric Hansen with an ale of 2629 versus the great Anand. As usual, if you like to support my channel, please don't forget to like the video and to subscribe. And now let's start. E4 by Hansen and E5 by Anand. Knight to F3, knight to C6 and bishop in B5, the Rui Lopez. Anand answers with G6, the Fianchetto variation. This variation is playable. It's only a bit slow, and so white can increase his control in the center. C3 now, by Hansen, and C3 of course to support the central push D4, but also it's also good for white to push directly in the center with D4. A6 by Anand, threatening the bishop, that moves to A4. Bishop to G7, D4 now. B5 by Anand, attacking the bishop again, that moves to B3. E capture in D4, C capture in D4, and D6. Now Hansen plays H3. Of course, the idea is to control this G4 square and don't allow the black player to play bishop to G4, pinning the knight. But this move is not bad, but is not the best. There are other two ideas that don't allow black to play bishop to G4 and that are stronger than H3. Let's watch them briefly. Instead of H3, it's possible to play knight to G5, so you see that two pieces attack the F7 pawn. So black must answer with knight to H6, and now bishop to D5 that attacks the knight that is unprotected. Also, this bishop attack is pinning the knight, so the knight can't move. And so the black bishop will be forced to go or to D7 or to B7 to protect the knight. The other idea is even more interesting, because in this position, white can play A4. And generally, the black player plays the bishop again or to D7 or to B7. But let's watch what happens if black plays bishop to G4. Now white can capture, A capture in B5, A capture in B5. Of course, the bishop moving makes this rook now protected by the queen. But white can capture, rook capture to A8, queen capture in A8, and now bishop capture in F7 with check. The black player must capture with the king, king capture in F7, knight in G5 with check is also a discovery attack on the bishop. Of course, the king can't move here to F6 trying to attack the knight, because the queen will protect the knight, capturing the bishop, and the black king will be even more exposed. So after knight jump to G5 with check, king moves back to F8, and queen capture in G4. Now the problem is the queen invasion here in D7. Knight capture in D4, at least regains the pawn. Queen in D7, the major threat is queen in F7 checkmate. So knight in E7, and now bishop in E3 with tempo, and white is better. And this is a line that I also want to remember because it's very interesting. Okay, but let's come back. We said after D6, Hansen played H3, Anand knight to F6, attacking the pawn, and castle for white, because Hansen castles because Anand can't capture this pawn with the king still in the center of the board. In fact, Anand castles. Now, rook to e1, centralizing the rook and also protecting this pawn, bishop to b7, and knight in b goes in d2. And in this type of position, with the bishop in fianchetto, with black that already changed the pawn here in e5, this classical knight maneuver is less effective than in other Lopez lines. And so it was better to develop the knight to c3. Knight to b4 by Anand, and the jump in d3 is nothing decisive, but it's really annoying. And so, continuing the knight maneuver, Hansen plays knight to f1, and now the queen is controlling the d3 square. c5 for black, and a3 attacking the knight. Knight goes back to c6, d5 now, again attacking the knight, and the knight jumping d4, attacking the bishop. Knight capture in d4, c capture in d4, and queen capture in d4. So it seems that that white is up a pawn, but instead of playing queen capture in d4, this is not a mistake, it's just an inaccuracy. It was better to play bishop to g5 first, because this bishop to g5 would pin the knight. And now you will see why this is important, because after queen capture in d4, Anand plays knight capture in d5. The knight is protected by the bishop, so the queen that is now attacked by the bishop in fianchetto can't capture the knight, and so Anand is regaining the pawn. Queen to d3, the knight moves because now can be captured by the pawn. Knight goes to b6, and Anand seems already a bit better because of the better positioning of his pieces, but he has an isolated d pawn, so he must play quite active. Now rook in d1 with a second attack on the pawn, and rook to c8 by Anand. Here white can capture this pawn with queen capture in d6, queen capture in d6, rook capture in d6, threatening to capture also the knight, knight jump to c4, attacking the rook, bishop capture, rook capture in c4, so two pieces attacking this pawn that can be protected by f3. Now rook in d4, protected by the bishop, rook capture in d4, bishop capture in d4 with check, king in h1, and even with the pawn less, black has no problems. The game is equal, and maybe for white a draw from this position is the maximum then that he could achieve. So that's why maybe Hansen didn't want to liquidate all these heavy pieces. In fact, after rook to c8, he plays knight to g3. And this is another little inaccuracy, because it was better to play knight to e3 to centralize this knight. Now this knight here, you will see that has little ideas, both defensive and both offensive. Okay, so after knight to g3, Anand plays knight to c4, now attacking the pawn in b2 and also protecting the pawn in d6. This pawn in b2 is also under the attack of the bishop, and so Hansen play rook to b1, protecting the pawn, and Anand is gaining control of the game. h5 now, f3, queen in b6 with check, also the rook now are connected. After the check, king goes to h1 and d5. E capture in d5, and rook in f goes to d8. Now this pawn is pinned. Bishop to f4, and this is a mistake. The best move was queen to e4, with the queen out of the pin and with the rook directly defending this pawn. Now this bishop in f4, this bishop is unprotected. And so Anand plays queen to f6, attacking the unprotected bishop and also with another attack to this pawn. So the bishop must come back in c1, and white now is even more passive. Now rook capture in d5, also threatening the queen that must move, and the queen goes to e2. The rook moves again, attacking again the queen, and the queen moves to f2. And now rook in c goes to e8, a natural and very strong move. Now bishop capture in c4, b capture in c4, and knight to f1. Very good move. Bishop to e4, that seems that is attacking the rook in b1 and can't be captured by the pawn because this pawn is pinned on the queen. The rook must move to a1 and bishop to d3. And now also the bishop is in an active position and white is even more restricted. Knight to e3, queen to b6, attacking again the knight, attacking the knight for the third time and also pinning the knight to the queen. Rook to e1, this is the third defender of this knight. And in this position, bishop to h6 is playable and it's a winning move because the knight is lost, because can't be protected by f4. That is an interference, but black can play rook to e4 and after g3, h4. Instead, after rook to e1, Anand plays rook in e6 and white still resigns because this knight can't be defended, and we will see why. Because after rook in e6, the best move for white is a4, trying some counterplay here on the queen side. As you can see, it's slow, but white has nothing more than this. After a4, bishop to d4. This is the fourth piece attacking this knight, and there is not a fourth defender. After a5 attacking the queen just moves on the same diagonal to c5. King moves to h2. Bishop capture in e3. Bishop capture, rook capture. Here there is a total liquidation of the pieces. Rook recapture, and now up a piece. The best move is to recapture with the queen, because when you are up a piece, it's best to have the queens out of the board. White queen should be forced to recapture, and after rook capture in e3, again the game is completely won. And that's why Hansen resigned. And with this move we can end our analysis, and I hope that you also like this game, and if you did, please like the video and subscribe. For now, thanks for watching and goodbye.